Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, it is good to be with you. You guys have been sending me letters. A lot of you have been panicking. I know I haven't done videos for the last 2 days. On Wednesday, we were going to do, on Thursday, all my days are off this week. On Thursday, I ended up being at the office all day, and I was going to do vlog Thursday, but I ended up being at the office till after 5. By the time I got home, I wasn't really feeling well, so I laid down to rest. By the time I woke up, it was like 10 o'clock at night, so I think my body just needed the rest. As many of you know, I'm a targeted individual, and I have been suffering a lot lately with electronic harassment. And if you don't know what that is, I'll put some links below. You can look that up. But anyways, needless to say, it's really done a number on my body. And then on Friday, I knew we were going to have UFO Friday, but I was so sick. On Thursday night, I was brutally assaulted with directed energy weapons, and I was very injured. I could hardly walk yesterday. I was that ill. They messed up my back and my kidneys and my heart. Pretty bad stuff. Strangely, I seemed to heal pretty quickly from the wounds. Thank God. I'm thanking God for that, because I wouldn't be here tonight if I hadn't. But just to let you guys know, I'm okay now. I'm healed up, but I really was kind of tied up and then exhausted for the past 2 days. So I decided to honor my body. You know, I'm always telling you guys, you know, everything in balance. So there are going to be some weeks where Psychic Bob doesn't do a video every day. I do try to do one every day. One, because I just love to do it. And two, you know, a lot of you have come to rely on and count on it. And I hate to disappoint you and let you down. But, you know, like I always say, I'm here for the long haul, okay? Psychic Bob ain't no flash in a pan. I've been on YouTube 10 years, and I'm going to be here another 10 years, and hopefully more. So if I'm going to be here long term, I got to balance it. So we're going to have sometimes where Bob is just going to take a little break. That's what this last 2 days was. So I hope you understand. Thank you for your letters. I want to apologize. I didn't mean to cause any panic to you guys. So this has been a bit of a rough week. You know, life happens. But here I am. And it's Saturday. And you know, I've been doing readings all morning, having a great time. I want to say thank you to all of you who've been contacting me for private readings. If you want to get on my schedule for private readings, we still have a few openings next week for phone readings. So if you want to give me a call at my office, 571-483-2112, or you can write to me, and I'll put my email link below, and also my website, so you can read about my readings. All the info's over there. But I'd love to get you on my schedule for a reading. Well, you guys are the best, and I want to say thank you for being here. Thanks for your love and support and your patience. It's Saturday night, so we're going to have a seance. And for our new people, this is something we do each Saturday night. And what it is it comes out of the old-time spiritualist church tradition. I used to be a member of the spiritualist church. And we would go to mediums' homes, or we'd gather at the church. We had a seance room in the church also. And mediums, you know, we usually have 1 or 2 mediums, and they would go into trance. And when they were in a trance state, spirits would speak through them. This is called trance mediumship, or the more modern term is trance channeling, or sometimes they just call it channeling. So anyways, over the years, I developed the ability to do trance channeling. Interestingly, many years ago, a psychic told me that I would be a channel. And in those days, I was scared of channeling. I was like, I don't know about spirits coming into my body. But anyways, as you know now, I do it, and it's really nothing terrifying. But it is something you have to take seriously, because you're literally letting another entity overshadow your body. During channeling, what happens is, when I'm in a trance state, they literally are like behind me, and they push into my body and take control of my nervous system and my facial muscles and body. So that's how they're able to speak through me. For me, I don't feel any pain. Sometimes I feel a little pressure when they're coming in, but it doesn't hurt, and I feel like I'm drifting off to sleep. So I'm like kind of sleeping and hearing what's coming out of me, but I'm not really connected to it. So it's always interesting, and I always go back and listen to the tape or the audio, video, and I learn along with all of you. So I get as much out of the channeling as you do. So anyways, we're going to have our seance. Pull up your chairs here, gather around, and I'm going to settle down and go into trance. And I'm going to put on the red light here, so give me just a moment. I'll be back with you. Okay, TVs, here we're back. I've put in the red light. I like to channel in red lights. Traditional and spiritualism to use red light because red light allows people to see the phenomena, but it does not interfere with ectoplasmic energy. So I'm going to settle down, go into trance, and I'll see you when I get back. Oh, this is Fletcher here. Give us just a moment while we get control of the medium's vibration. Oh, there we go. Looks like we got him stabilized here. Oh, you know, here in this area, it's been a-raining today, and all that electrical vibration in the air is raising the frequency. But still, we got to be careful to monitor the electrical current that passes through the body. You see, when we spirits come in and out of the body, it affects the nervous system. And we've got to be careful because we don't want to blow them out like a light bulb popping. That wouldn't be a good thing for us to be doing now. Well, I've got a few other people want to be speaking. So this is Fletcher. I'll be stepping from the body. Over and out. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Oh, it's such a blessing to be here with all of you tonight. Oh, I must say, there's so much beautiful vibration in the air tonight. All of you who are gathering for the seance tonight are very much in a high frequency. Oh, now I know that some of you will be saying, Rose, I don't feel that I'm in a high frequency. Oh, but my dears, it's not always connected to how you feel. For example, if you've been working on your spiritual development, even if you have a bit of a rough patch, your vibration will still be high. The very fact that you're drawn here tonight to our seance is a sign. It indicates that you've been called by your higher selves, that your spirit guides have brought you here, and that you have heard our call as well. Please understand that we send out an invitation across the ethers for all of you. And if you're sitting in your home and you're saying, oh, I must go and tune in on that seance tonight, oh, very good for you. That means you've picked up our calling. People all over the earth are sensitive to vibration. You know, when I was a young girl, we had the wireless. Well, I suppose you call them radios now. We used to call them the wireless set. And this is how we used to hear the news, you know. And during the war, we'd listen to the wireless, and it would tell us what has happened. It said, oh, you know, there are planes coming in from Germany. Everybody prepare your air shelters, warning, warning. All of these things, you know. And we used to always be marveled at this wonderful little device called the wireless set. I used to sit and contemplate, how is it that a voice can travel through the air and be in a little box inside my home? And my mother used to say to me, Rose, isn't it fascinating? I used to say, yes, Mama, it's very fascinating. And we used to sit and wonder about it. I mean, I suppose, you know, you can understand the physics behind it to a degree, you know, that there are electrical currents and then they are transmitted over the airways and reassembled. And, as you know, when you really get down to it, it's quite mystical, you know. And I suppose communication with the spirit world is of a similar sort of mystery to you as the wireless was to me. You see, when we want to speak to the earth people, the problem is that if we appear in your room and speak to you, our vibration, being of spirit, can make no impact on your sound waves here. If I step outside of our medium's body and continue speaking to you, you will hear absolutely nothing. The reason is that our frequency is beyond that of the human hearing range. In your earthly sphere, you've got different frequencies. You've got the visible light spectrum, which all of you know what microwaves are. Those are beyond the visible light spectrum. But do they affect you, and are they real? Absolutely so, my dear. And you'll see it is how it is with our frequency. Our vocal frequency is at an oscillation that your human ear cannot detect. But we also carry a vibration that allows our bodies to manifest. And if conditions are right, we can lower that frequency and occasionally be visibly present to you. This is how materialization mediums bring a spirit into the seance room. You see, the spirit works with the medium. The spirit lowers its vibration, and then it pulls a substance called ectoplasm from the medium, which it clothes itself with, and voila, there it is in the seance room. When I was a young lady living in London, I've told you about my neighbour Marge. Marge used to attend seances, and she used to come and tell me the most fantastic stories. She used to sit in rows. I was at a seance tonight, and I saw my grandmother materialise. And I used to think, oh dear, the girl's been hitting the bottle a little bit. Maybe a little bit, alcohol in the brain or something. But since coming here to the spirit world, I have learned the truth of what she's told me. It is very true that souls can come back to the earth and materialize. This medium, for example, has a frequency that we find agreeable, and so we lower our vibration, and we're able to merge with his frequency and therefore materialize our voices through him. And so it is a complex process, and this is why we have spirit doctors and chemists and all sorts of people over here that help us. This medium's guide, Fletcher, is the gatekeeper. He is like our, what do we say, he helps us move through the line to get up here to speak. If a medium opens up and he has no gatekeeper, any spirit could take control of him. Unfortunately, over here, there are many low-level spirits as well, those who would like to possess a medium, to take control and disrespect him and do harm in the world. Fortunately, when a medium has a guide, the guide serves as a protector. So therefore our medium here, we don't have to worry. Fletcher keeps him safe. And therefore we know that his instrument is in perfect condition for when we wish to work through him. It is important that each of you maintain your own vibration. Be aware in your meditative states every day how you feel. You drift between levels of consciousness. Sometimes you'll sit for meditation and you'll be broad awake, wide awake, more awake than even when you're awake. And there'll be other times where you feel as if you're drifting away and you're in another world. Neither way is right nor correct, and one is not wrong or less than the other. But each person relates to the trance state in a different way. Fortunately for our medium here, he is allowed to go a little deeper and therefore allows us a little more stronger influence on him. Mediums have a trust with their guides, you see. It took this medium a long time to get to trust his guides, for, you see, he was very fearful of possession. But Fletcher helped him to understand that there would be no danger. And when I first came through him, it was a great relief, for it lifted me out of purgatory, and his body served as a channel for me to communicate with those on the earth and then move onward to the light. Mediums do a great service to humanity, for they aid not only the dead, but the living as well. Did I not have this medium? Were he not available, I should be very sad. But he's been most kind to allow me to come here and speak to all of you. Fletcher's asked me to step from the body for a little bit. It looks like Alfred wishes to speak. I'll be back hopefully a little later. Thank you so much, my dears, for receiving me. This is Rose. Yes, Fletcher, I do believe that we're in the body. When I was a young man, I was told that there were ghosts in our home,
My father used to say, Alfred, I saw a spectre last night. It was standing at the foot of my bed. We lived in a grand home, and it was a 17th century home, quite palatial. Many people said that there were spirits in the home. At first I thought my father being guilty of telling tall tales and stories of fantastic, dreams. But when I was about 12 years old, it appeared to me. I awoke one night from a sound sleep, and there standing in my room was a man. He was wearing the wigs, the powdered white wigs like you see in the 1700s. And he had a beautiful sort of livery. I said, oh, he's a servant. Many of the English homes of our day still had servants that wore livery. Our family did not have our servants dressed in this old-fashioned manner. But, we did see neighbours who had such servants. At first I thought it was one of our staff who decided to take the mickey and dress up in that old-fashioned powdered wig and all. Looked like he was from 1750. And I said to this gentleman, I said, excuse me, what are you doing in my room? I did not call for anyone. And the man looked at me. He said, you can't see me. I said, yes, I can see you. You're plain as day. And the interesting thing is that the spirit did not look etheric. He was not pasty or see-through. He was as solid as you or I. But I should say more solid as you, for I'm a little more etheric these days. But you understand my words, that this being was solid, he looked human. I was quite confused. I said, I don't know you, or you're new to the household. And he looks at me, he says, I'm dead. I said, what do you mean you're dead? He says, I'm dead. Please help me, please pray for me, I'm trapped. And I said, oh, out of it, I don't know who you are. And I started calling for my father. I said, Father, please come. There's a man in my room. My father rushed to my room, heard me screaming. When he opened the door, the man literally vanished before my very eyes. My father comes in and stays and says, Alfred, what are you complaining about? I said, Father, there's a staff in my room. There's a new butler, a chamber person. He said, Alfred, we do not have any staff. And I said, I saw him, and he was dressed in the livery of the 1700s. He said, none of our staff dress in that old-fashioned manner. I was confused. My father said, you must have had a dream. Go back to bed. But I can tell you it was no dream. Several years later, when I met my first spiritualist and I attended seances, I again saw that man. He appeared at the seance. And the things of which Rose speak tonight, of the materialization of souls, is a true reality. It is my hope in the future that I will materialize for all of you. But until such time, please understand that this form of communication which we share, this ability to come through a medium in trance, is the best that we can do now. It takes much effort and power on both sides for this to occur. The medium must have sufficient physical strength and ectoplasmic ability that we can pull power from him to manifest. We should like to do this in the future, but for now to get our voices through is a great accomplishment, and we're very pleased that we can bring these messages over to all of you. So if you're wondering if the spirit world is accurate and real, is it a true reality, please hear me and know that I am a person separate from this medium, that he uses his instrument to communicate to you, and that it is a reality beyond that which your present knowledge allows you to understand. For those of you who have eyes to see and ears to hear, as the Bible would say, open your mind and heart and receive us with faith and love. The people of the spirit world only want to help you, and so we come at this time to assist you, to be your friend, and to guide you. Some of you here tonight wish to have communication with our world. We should be very happy to do this. However, we ask that each of you allow yourself time for meditation. If you are consistent in your practice, then that means sitting every day patiently or at least a few times a week. We'd say no less than 3 to 4 times a week should you sit for connection. If you can do daily, it would be better, but at least 3 to 4 times a week. This will greatly speed up your process of connection with our world. Over here, we can see those who are preparing for communication, for when you open yourself, there is a blue glow that surrounds you. This is your throat chakra, meaning that you wish to speak to our world. Your conscious body allows for different things to manifest in the spirit body. So when you set your intent, things will materialize that only we can see. But we do see it as if it were lights glowing upon the earth. Know that any time you call upon our world, sparks of light are sent up and we catch them like darts, like arrows, and your prayers are attached. We can hear things. You might even call it the voicemail of the spirit world. For when you pray, your voice arises in a spirit form, and we can hear it. Do not ever fear you are overworking us nor taxing us, for we do not sleep, and our physical vitality is far beyond that which you can understand. And so when we come into a medium, we must lower the vibration. Occasionally this makes us sound weaker than we are, and sometimes our voices even fade. The fading of the voice is simply the establishment of the frequency. Sometimes the frequency is strong, and like the wireless that Rose spoke of, our voices will come through. Other times the connection is less strong, and our voices will sound weak or far away. Know that we are always present and seeking to guide you. So we invite you to work with our world. We call you. Invite us in, and we will make ourselves present. Fletcher says the medium's power is weakening. Rose wishes to speak before we depart. Thank you for receiving me. My name is Alfred. Oh, there we are. I think we're in the body. Oh, my dears. Alfred is such a blessed soul. I learn so very much from him. It's always a pleasure to be here with all of you, and I do hope that you will join with us each week. We're so very thankful for our medium who allows us to come through him. And as Alfred has said, sometimes the power is stronger and sometimes it is weaker. You must always be mindful of that. And in your own development of communication with our world, we encourage you to be attentive to your own frequency and vibration. You will have days where you feel that your power is not as strong as others. Do not berate yourself. This is the natural cycle. All things in the universe travel in a wave form and in a spiral. And so all things are evolving, changing, growing, and moving forward. If you can maintain harmony with yourself, and as Fletcher has said, and Alfred and all of us had said, making your attempts to communicate with our world a regular thing, you will begin to have a rapport with us. Thank you for being here tonight. Fletcher's told me the medium's power is fading, and so we must be leaving the body. I thank you so much, my dears. I feel the power fading now, but know that I am with you, and I will help you always. Please call upon me. Rose.
Hey TBs, it's Psychic Bob. Well, I'm back. I tell you, I love to do seances. When I go into trance and spirits come through me, it's amazing. It just makes me feel so good. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's seance. And you know, we're going to do this every week. This is a regular Saturday event here. So, you know, you might want to join my channel. You know, just hit subscribe. You know, if you don't have a channel, set one up. It doesn't cost anything, and you'll be able to get in on all of our events and get updates. And if you've already subscribed, check to make sure you've got the bell hit so that you get updates. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this tonight, I might encourage you to pop over to my website and pick up this book. We got some glare here. Let's see if I can go this way. It's called Messages from Rose. This is my work, about my work with my spirit guide Rose. That's what she looks like. And, you know, pick it up. Learn about mediumship. This is probably my favorite book of the books I've read. And it reminds me of a great time in my life when I had a lot of fun, a lot of adventures, and a lot of psychic work that I did. And I think you'll enjoy this. So check it out. You know, while you're over there, if you want to learn about the Ouija board, I also got another book that I've written called Ouija Mysteries. Check that out. It's about the Ouija board. And you'll learn that the Ouija board is not evil and how it can be a tool for good. I also got Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. So all of these, and actually I've got more. These are just a few of my books. These are ones I had here on my table. But check it out. Go over to my website. The link's below at robert-hickman.com. And when you go to the website, you'll see a tab up at the top of the screen that says books. Just click on that, and I'll take you to my store, and you can read about my books, preview them, and purchase them. You guys are the best. I love you. Listen, sending blessings to all of you. By the way, real quick, I want to tell you, I'm going to be on Kelly Coffey's show, I think this upcoming week. She's going to be showing the show that I was on. We actually taped it last week, but she's had some technical problems. So we're going to get it up. Make sure to be there. And Kelly also has a wonderful company. She does spices and seasonings. And she has a new seasoning out. It's going to be coming out this upcoming week, and you get it on Amazon. I'm going to put the link below to Kelly Coffey's channel, so you can go over there and get information about her spices, her seasonings. It's really good. We're going to have more about that on here. I'm going to be showing you, not only can you cook with her food, you can use it for magic. Her seasonings have some magical charm elements. And her newest one that's coming out is called Universal Seasoning. And it's got aliens on the front. It's really great. Anyways, go over to Kelly's. Check it out. She's the best. You don't want to miss it. Well, listen, guys, I love you. Sending blessings. Thank you for being here with me. Listen, send prayers up my way. I'm still healing from the assaults, and I really need it. But I'm okay. I'm here. Tomorrow is Sunday, and that means it's going to be the witching hour. So make sure to be here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 1 a.m. London time, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific. We're going to have the witching hour. Make sure to be here. And we're going to do a live show with live chat. And we'll answer your questions about magic and Wicca and spiritual things. So we look forward to you being here tomorrow for the witching hour. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, may you always blessed be.